So thank you for doing this, and I greatly look forward to it.
Thank you, sir. I first want to ask, because I did a little bit of research and understand, the background, your family, your parents, and it's quite interesting to know that coming from a family of professors, of family where education, where a lot of attention and time and devotion goes in a very different direction. What brings you to first of all dance, and then to vocal music? So I think many of our audiences, they are not aware that you are a fantastic dancer and that's how it started. And then to vocal music. So please tell us a little bit about that journey and what brought you, because sometimes in our generation and the younger ones, I think a very common question is, how do we know that what we are calling? What is it that we are made for? What is it that we are born? So how did you find your calling?
I grew up, yes, in a family of academicians and people who were teaching English literature. But my parents were equally, absolutely passionately fond of the arts. And they did their best to give me and my sister, I have only one sibling, Ragini, my sister, and both of us were given every opportunity to engage with all kinds of arts. So we were encouraged to go to listen to concerts, we were encouraged to read a lot of poetry in Hindi and in English. We were encouraged to, go watch theatre. And my parents also encouraged us to learn music and dance. And of course, like all little girls who want to dress up in their mother's jewelry and then dance around a little, I was also very keen to do the same. So at age 4, I started learning Kathak. In North India, it's the accessibility is more for Kathak than for, let's say, Bharatanatyam or Odissi. So I started learning Kathak and loved the fact that my mother would have her saris cut up and made stitched into costumes for me, and that's how I started learning. But what was slightly unusual was that my parents never said that, okay, as we grew up, they never said that a board exam aa raha hai, now start looking at the serious stuff, and that they never indicated that arts was something that you could only do during your leisure time.
Academicians themselves, I think, very unusual profession.
Yeah. So they always said, no, I mean, like you're studying any other subject, you need to continue studying music and dance. That little period of time when you finish your graduation and you're getting ready to apply for admission into your MA. My mother sat me down and she said, see, I can make out that you are crazy about music. Now, if you want to do music, you have to make a full-time commitment to it. And you need not do what everybody else does. I can give you a year off to decide whether you want to do music full-time or not. And you must make your decision within that 1 year. And
so give that courage that you don't have to join the race, so to speak.
Yes. And it didn't take me a year, it just took me about a month to tell my mother, this is what I want to do. And so I think it was really, I feel very blessed for that kind of support from my parents.
And this brings me to my my next question, which is not my question, because you would know one of the other question. But this is sometimes a question that I hear from a lot of youngsters, that how important it is to have a guru, and how important it is to kind of learn from a particular guru for a long time, for that bonding to happen. Because nowadays resources are available all around. Because there are compositions, there are ragas, there are recordings, there are YouTube, universe, search for anything and you get it. So then sometimes it's like, okay, yahan se thoda seekhenge, we'll pick up something from there. And recently, I had asked someone that somebody was singing Rashid Uncle's, Rashid Khan's Bandish, and singing it differently, like singing a couple of words here and there. So because I've kind of have this. I asked, where did you learn this from? He said, I learned it from YouTube. So I just want, this is not my question, but Aline and having a guru and that dedication and that devoted journey, that association and the guidance of the guru that can happen. What do you think is the importance of that? Coming from a family where, unlike me, where I had my father as my guru, but to have a guru outside of the family, but to have that kind of a bonding as the parents with that.
I think it's, in the tradition of Hindustani classical music, the presence of a guru is all important. And because I'd like to explain, and you already know it, but just to articulate that a guru is not just a teacher. Not that I'm running down the role of teachers. Teachers are very valuable and they give us a lot. But the tradition of guru and shishya, particularly in the sphere of Hindustani music, is all about giving a customized individual training to each shagird, to each shishya. Despite having a style of teaching or a basic sort of template that they may follow, each guru actually customizes training for each shishya.